Do you feel the vibes?
What's up, YouTube? It's Carolina Calvin coming back to another video. In this video, I want to give my impressions on the NBA Live 18 demo. I didn't do the exploit where the New Zealand exploit, so you get it a day early. Didn't care about all that. I downloaded it earlier today, and I didn't get a chance to play it till I want to say like after the afternoon, 1-2 o'clock. So that's why I'm putting out this gameplay a little bit later than everyone else is. Not too late because it's the day it actually comes out. And I'm kind of gonna, in this video, I'm gonna show the customization of your player. Not super in depth because I kind of want to get through it just so I can show some gameplay, because there is some gameplay. But I'll show off the customization, the different archetypes. I actually go with a big man because a lot of people don't like playing with big men. But that's usually the first player I make when in any basketball game that allows you to make players. I've done that with every single 2K game that really had the online feature where you could play as your created player. Always created a big man. I'm also going to talk about, I'm also going to show you the the way the attributes work. Also the traits. I'm not gonna really show you the animations because they got this whole list of the different animations. Also, the game has loot boxes where I'm assuming that you can pay real money and you can earn in-game money. I know that for sure because after finishing this game. So I'm not gonna really show that off. What I really want to talk about is comparisons to the last live. Of course, NBA 2K. Not necessarily 18 because we haven't seen a bunch of gameplay on that, but definitely 17 because that's the competition. So you're just gonna have to compare it. No matter what people say, that's just who they're gonna have to. You make a video, you're talking about it. That's the other game that you play. That's the other basketball game. You got to compare it. Now, with the archetypes, apparently there's gonna be more at this. Only thing you really can do after you pick your height, your weight, obviously all the vital stuff like your name, city, and everything like that. You pick your height, your weight, then your archetype. I picked the big man, of course, but you also could play a point guard, which there are 3 separate archetypes. And then look at them. Also for small forwards, the same thing. For the big man, it was like a post scorer. It was a rim protector, which is the one I picked. And there's like a stretch big, with, a three-point shooting big. That was that. So hopefully there's gonna be some more. I'm pretty sure this is just a demo, and they'll tell them what build of the game this is. So of course that's gonna be there. Game comes out, I want to say a couple months. So obviously they're gonna have way more archetypes that you can pick for that particular position. Also, height, weight affects your strength, affects your speed, your vertical jump, so keep that in mind when you're creating your player. Height and weight does matter, just as it should. For the attributes, now I picked the big man, rim protector. So the main attributes would be like shot blocking and rebounding. So when you get skill points, because apparently how it works is you level up, you get a skill point, and you use that skill point. It's kind of like a branching tree where you can pick that the next node, and it'll raise that attribute up, and of course over time will eventually raise your overall. So obviously you can change the different attributes. It works as, like I said, like a skill tree, but your main ones, I assume, would affect your overall attributes the most, and it's your main ones that can probably go the highest, at least in terms of overall. So that's how that works. The traits in the game are essentially the badges, and I go down the list. If you need to pause at any point at that point when I get to it in that video, in this video. You got the different traits. There's a bunch of different ones, and as you see in the middle, whenever that comes up, you see it's got streets and it's got in league. So I guess that kind of fits into the story, where in terms of the presentation, I'm talking about presentation. In terms of the story, I'm sorry. In terms of the story, from what I've heard, your story could be branching. You could be a street ball legend, never go to the league, or you can be an NBA legend, getting all the awards, championships, and everything in the league. So I think that's pretty cool that you can do that. But as you see, you can equip as you level up, and unlocks more slots, so you can equip those different traits to those slots. So at the end of this game, I unlock one after I leveled up. So it's like a level requirement, because as you see, you see the level requirement, and it's based on how you perform in the game. You perform well, you're more likely to level up, and obviously that's going to scale. It's going to get more difficult as you get higher in level. So that's pretty much how the traits go. Like I said, I'm going to go through all of them. The presentation, when you first boot it up, right after you create your guy, it goes to like the ESPN First Take, Stephen A, which I don't like First Take, but it's my first time seeing it, so I was just going to see how they did it. They pretty much just talk about your player, you went through an injury, the draft, and everything, and then it's pretty much your player working from the bottom, obviously, to whatever point you want to be at. That's pretty much, this is almost like a redemption story. Your player didn't get drafted because you had like a season-ending knee injury. So they do the whole live-action skit, pretty much talking about your player. That's it, pretty much how they work. And of course, it's got the social media and all that stuff where people commentate on how you performed, or just whatever about your player. So that's pretty much how the presentation is gonna be. I didn't see an actual I didn't play an actual in-league game to see how the presentation was with that. So I'm y'all gonna let me know how that is, but at least in terms of the whole First Take, I think they did a good job. Don't like First Take, but it definitely seems gives that authenticity where they actually are talking about your player. So I guess it works for what it is. Like I said, I don't like First Take, but like I said, it works. Getting into the gameplay. Now, honestly, before I get into the gameplay, the graphics. The graphics are improved over Live 17. Not necessarily sure if it's better than 2K17. And looking at screens of 2K18, I just saw one recently showing was the Celtics. What was the guy the Celtics drafted? Tatum. They showed him. Looks just like him. And graphics are so important with these, especially with these basketball games. They're not demanding games, and you want the games to look like the real life player. It's 2017. That's what you want, and people honestly are gonna buy the game that looks better for the most part. And 2K18 still looks like the better game. From an animation standpoint, that's also improved over Live 17. When you're defending a player, when just the way the players move around. Also, they have like the different animations, which I don't show. I may make a separate video with that. They show the different animations where you can pick different mannerisms. Like they got James Harden, when he makes the three. They have the Steph Curry like shimmy. Those look exactly how you would see the players do them on live TV. So I've got to give them credit in that department. The animations are improved over Live 17. There's just something about them, specific ones, like when you jump for a rebound, it just looks weird. You shoot a jump shot, it just doesn't look right. For just some reason, it's really hard to explain. It just doesn't seem right. It seems like there's a part of the animation that's missing. And that's been an issue with the live games. Like I said, it's better than 17, but it still seems like an issue. Also, one thing I think was my biggest pet peeve with playing this demo was essentially the sense of speed. Now, there are certain players, the guard is going to be faster than the big man, as you see. It just didn't seem like the game speed was that high. And this was without changing any settings or anything. It's just vanilla. It changed nothing. I wanted to change the camera. I didn't change that. It just doesn't seem like it's moving as fast. Maybe that's just me, but obviously you could do something like turn the game speed up and that problem will be fixed. But when comparing it to 2K, game moved a lot faster. The game, you know, the players, every single player moved faster, and you know that decreased that game flow. Like I said, I could be in the minority with that, but that was just how I was feeling playing the game. Now I actually played, I guess, okay, but this is coming from a guy who this is his first time playing the demo. Thought I did pretty good. Now, there were points in times where I'm pretty damn sure I grabbed a rebound. So, you know, pet peeve. I mean, well, this is just a small thing, but it just didn't seem like I grabbed a rebound. And maybe that could be hit detection problem, which 2K has a problem with hit detection. Don't even get me to talking about that. But that also seems like an issue because there's plenty of times where my hand went through the ball going for a rebound. I know one specific point. But for the most part, it is an improvement over Live 17. The sound, the music, I guess, I wasn't even really paying attention to the music. Let's just be honest. And you know, the in-game sounds, those sound good. Most of the time, they're gonna get that stuff right. So from a sound department, the music, let me know about the music because I didn't pay attention to it. But like I said, it's an improvement over Live 17. I don't know about being better than 2K18. They're making strides. You got to give EA credit. They're making strides trying to make this game better because the last game got completely destroyed in terms of sale numbers and critically acclaimed. Well, critical acclaim. So we'll have to see how this game does when it releases. I don't know the exact release date. I didn't look at that before I did the video. Who cares? Just go look it up. Or I'll just put it down in the description. But if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and let me know what you think about the NBA Live 18 demo. Is it trash or nah? Did you as soon as you booted up, you played one game, did you delete it right after that? Let me know down in the comment section. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Thanks for watching.